Balls are back.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! That is by Tennessee to one Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now.
Balls are back.
Totally botched that intro. I'm sorry, Landon. Reddit did to do. Welcome into More Important Issues. It is Wednesday, February 3rd. I didn't even talk to Landon about this, so I'm running this by Landon while also bringing this to you guys. What do you think, Landon? More Important Issues After Dark. Way better than Pac-12 After Dark.
You're like really dark.
Wait,
You're literally in the dark.
I am in the dark. See, I've got one of those nipple lights, so it really looks weird when it, you know what I'm talking about, when it comes off. So I had to go foreground lighting only.
Do they call them nipple lights, or
can-
is that what you call? Is that your name for it?
I can go turn it on for you. It the shadow it casts on the ceiling looks very nipply to me.
Okay.
Yeah, if we
So that's your name for it. It's not actually called a nipple light.
I've heard more than just me called a nipple light. So
Okay.
so it's not just me.
So it's officially unofficial a nipple light.
right, just like the show is officially unofficially More Important Issues After Dark.
Gotcha.
Yep, so we're going with that. Guys, we do welcome it in. It's National Signing Day, which is weird because it certainly doesn't feel like National Signing Day.
Yeah, it was uneventful, but that could also be a good thing. It wasn't like bad. Nothing terrible happened, so that's good.
Yeah, and you're right that the uneventfulness usually, like on this day, typically you're like, if it's uneventful, that's good. But I think for Tennessee's sake and the position they're in, eventful would have been a great adjective for today.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
that's
right.
kind of my whole thing for like that's like kind of been my saying for the last like 2 months. Like, it is what it is. You just got to take it for what it is.
You're just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah, that's all you can.
Just
That's
along
all
for
you
the
can do.
ride.
All you can do.
We talked about this. Me and Landon we're not even like texting each other negative. That's how positive we're trying to remain.
Yeah, I'm not even texting my buddy.
Nothing negative.
I do go crash. Like I'll go pout in the shower. I did last night. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Shower time is my happy time. I don't pout in the shower. I turn on music and jam.
I just think and drown my sorrows away.
It's fair. That's a good place to drown them. Good place to drown them. We'll talk about National Signing today. I do too. I hate to sound negative, but maybe we can spin it as at least not negative towards Tennessee. I do have a question about maybe events before National Signing Day. Also talking about the 2021 class. It is, I guess it's really not officially wrapped up because you could have some guys come in later, some transfers come in. So it's not officially wrapped up yet.
Yeah, it could be. You have until midnight.
Well, I mean, and guys could come in though in the summer window for those transfers, right?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they're saving for, or it's saving them for when the NCAA just takes them away anyway. So
Fair. Okay, that's a good point. I try to stay positive. Can't do it. We're going to talk about some of the staff hires. Still some questions surrounding Josh Heupel's staff. Nothing's been hardly even whispered about, let alone set in stone. Then we also will talk about the loss at Ole Miss. That was ugly, and there's no other way to describe it. I also will. I'll take some blame. I'll shoulder some blame, Landon. I was for most of the first half. I was listening to the game on the Vol Network. Wasn't able to watch it at the moment. Felt like as soon as I started watching it, Tennessee stunk. So I'll shoulder some of the blame for not riding it out on the Vol Network with Bob and Bert.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna blame you for not hitting the field goal in 12 minutes and 27 seconds.
I fully accept. Then we got, again, positivity. No worries. Positivity. Got some baseball awards, preseason recognition. The not just the locals here in Knoxville like this baseball team, getting some national media love as well.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited. That's why I wore the baseball shirt today. Trying to get ready for the next season.
I like it. And then we're going to talk about the little game. I'll be honest, I don't like that people call it the big game since they're not allowed to say the S word or the B word. So I'm going to call it the little game for this episode. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Have you noticed? So I don't think it's allowed. I don't think you're allowed to say Super Bowl. I mean, I think we can. I don't know. I doubt we would be attacked by the trademark team from the S word. But yeah, you notice everybody calls it the big game.
Like on like radio and stuff?
Yeah, like like anywhere that like wouldn't have the rights to say it.
You can't say Super Bowl?
I'll bleep that out.
Hey, guess what? Super Bowl.
I'll bleep that out. But I want to call it like I want to like spin it to like maybe force them to let anybody say Super Bowl. I want to say the little game. Like everyone's like the big game this weekend.
What about a bowl of soup?
The bowl, yeah, I like that. I'm starving, so I wouldn't mind a bowl of soup right now. Big soup guy.
Are you? It's not very filling. So I don't know if
chili
you're that
counts as
hungry,
soup.
I don't know if that'll.
Is chili a soup?
It's a good question.
I
mean that's filling. That's filling.
It goes in a bowl. That's all I know.
Like chicken noodle soup, that's not filling.
No, I agree. I'm out on Campbell's. Okay. Oh, and of course, Stupidity and Jumbotron. We'll get into those segments. Hey, if you guys got questions, drop them in the chat. I'm on Twitter. I'll pull up YouTube in a moment. Tell us where you're listening from. We had some people from. I actually named a random island off. It wasn't correct. Murrells Inlet on the last one. I probably said that in the most redneck Appalachian way you possibly could. But Murrells Inlet. We had some people, and let me know where you're listening from. Any random islands, any landlocked states. We like all the geography.
We'll love it. Guys, go check out our sponsors, Tennessee Tap House, Hound Dogs, and Blue Water Climate Control. It's really cold. Dude, this weather sucks. It's terrible.
Are you talking about how it changes like afternoon to evening? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Hot take, I like it.
Oh, yeah, you like the cold.
Do you hate that it's cold, or do you hate that it's changing? Like, it's like feels like 60 to 25 at night.
Yeah, I just like it feels like during the day it's been kind of droopy as well. Some days it's not, but I just feel like it's kind of just been dark.
See, I was up in Johnson City today. So I guess it was sunny there. Felt like 50, 60 degrees. It was perfect. And then yes, I do like the cold. You know what the cold is? Bonfire weather. Big bonfire guy.
Yeah, I don't like this cold. This is like too cold to have a bonfire cold.
No, what? Okay. No, we'll argue about this for hours. We've got Lawrenceville, Georgia. Chris from Lawrenceville by way of Milan. Milan got that one correct. And Celia from Baldwin, Florida.
Okay.
Not a big Florida guy, but I like it. Thank you for listening. Always love it. Okay. Let's talk about signing day. Because it hadn't felt like signing day. I miss the days when you woke up on a random Wednesday in February and were very, very pumped for who is signing to your college football team. Now it's a random Wednesday in December. And I just don't like it because I'm a creature of habit. And it's been that way forever. But times are changing.
Yeah, it's felt like it used to feel like Christmas. And now it's just like I wouldn't even call it secondary signing day because there's just like secondary signing day is more like the transfer portal now.
Yeah, I guess it's going to become like the transfer portal signing day kind of deal.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, a lot of guys who transfer are already enrolled by this point because they're coming in the spring, the start of spring semester. So you're really, I mean, a lot of them aren't going to sign yet or have already signed, excuse me. So it's going to be a day that like it feels like I mean, not for Alabama, who now signed the number one recruiting class of all time, but for teams like Tennessee in the foreseeable future, it is going to it's going to feel like today is like let's get the most of like let's get the best of the scraps. Like if we're gonna get the scraps, let's see if we can go get what was left out back at the steakhouse.
Right. Yeah. It can make it like a good meal for somebody else.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, and I hate that. I'm not like bashing on any kids. It's just, the window now feels like December. Like that's when you're seeing your big gets usually, or you're waiting at least until they announce it. They've already signed, but they're not announcing it until the Army All-American game or the Under Armour All-American game. It's different. It's changed in just 2 or 3 years since that early signing period came. But I do want to get your thoughts about the guys Tennessee signed today.
Yeah, so we signed 3-star JUCO offensive lineman Jeremiah Crawford out of Butler County Community College in Kansas. You need bodies that you can never have enough bodies on the offensive line. So I think this is a good pickup. I think he's 6'6", around 315. So, the guys you lost, Wanye Morris, Trey Smith, Brandon Kennedy, he can just add to that offensive line room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who your offensive line coach is going to be. It is probably going to be Glenn Ellerby.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is good for depth and competition is really what it's for. I don't really know anything about the kid.
He's big.
The fact that, yeah, I mean, the fact that he's willing to sign here, he wanted to come here, so props to him. Love it.
Yeah, and that's that's your big get today. Like I said, big kid. That's all I know. We'll see. Hopefully it works out.
Yeah. And then we had kicker Chase McGrath from USC. I think committed yesterday and signed today.
Isn't that a weird way for your scholarship to go? And then also you had a guy who was highly rated in high school as well on your as a kicker, because this guy's a place kicker, right? Not a punter or a kickoff specialist, but
right.
You also have Paxton Brooks, who's punted the ball well and has done great as your kickoff specialist. So it seems weird to, especially in a year where you're like, I'm another place kicker.
Yeah, I just think with Brent Smagley gone, he probably wanted to add somebody, which, I mean, I guess you added a decent enough kicker where JT Carver isn't thrown into the fire as a true freshman.
Now, who's the other guy, though? There's another guy. He wasn't a senior. What was his name? Losing it. I should have looked this up.
Oh, the guy who took over.
He was highly rated as well, and I mean, he kicked the ball decent other than that extra point that he ended up costing someone a Ford F-150.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
What is his name? I'm going to look it up. It's driving me nuts. He was highly rated in high school as well, though. I mean, obviously, he's been behind Brent Smagley for the most part until Smagley was injured. But, I mean, it just, again, I think an interesting way to spend a scholarship. Maybe does that job for at least this year?
Where I'm at with the Rock Taylor. I just want to know more about that situation. But Chase McGrath, you pick up a kicker after you lose one. Competition, again, depth at that position. He was 14-17 in 2019, and then 32 for 42 in his career at USC. So now we have 2 USC transfers.
Yeah. I mean, Velus Jones Jr. called him the best kicker in the nation, so maybe that's why they wanted to bring him in.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with Velus Jones Jr.
It's fair.
He knows more than me. He knows more about that kid than anybody else. So we'll see. Yeah, let's get to the Rock Taylor thing real quick.
Dude, I mean, I said yikes because you don't want that, regardless of who's in the right and wrong, you don't want that story to come out, especially the night before signing day.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I mean, even if you did do it for the right reasons, like grades, which I just have a hard time believing it was just grades, because I've seen, I know of kids that should not have graduated high school and end up on UT's campus enrolled in classes. So
right.
I just don't know how much I can really think it's about grades.
Well, and you mentioned grades are probably part of it, right. But how good is the kid is going to depend on if and when you go to bat for him. You're not. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't know a lot about Rock Taylor, but like you said, I don't think it's all about grades. Do grades probably play a part? Yeah. That isn't a kid who you come in here and you take a risk on, if that's what they believe. So maybe that was the original reason, and they're like, all right, is this a guy who we miss? And we'll figure out the grades thing. He'll take the ACT in the summer. Try to make a better score, things like that. Like, if they don't want to take a chance on him, and again, they probably should have let him know before National Signing Day. Heupel could have at least done it a week ago or whatever. It's not a great look, but yeah, I don't think it's like you said. it's not a huge deal. Also, that coach is way out of line. He's going to deny his kids scholarship opportunities because of a grudge. And, like, I don't know. I just didn't think. Ramon Foster, I'm trying to pull it up. Ramon Foster had a great take on it. It was my take, but that he articulated better. Like, I agree with it. He said it right, in my opinion. If I can pull it up, I'll do that. But yeah, it's just not, like I said, regardless.
The coach is trying to make it about himself, and he also says that Rock Taylor run a 4.8. And, yeah, I agree with that. I don't really know what he runs, but my rebuttal to that is Juwan Jennings also ran like a 4.8 out of college,
right,
and he was the best player on our team. So
right.
Let's not just throw that at the kid. Yeah, he wasn't good enough to play here when he was one of the best players in the state of Alabama.
Right.
And he played in the highest classification in 6A. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. You did it. You have to live with it. Again, you don't like that story coming out the day before signing day that Tennessee's turning away kids like that. It just doesn't look good, no matter if you did it for the right reasons or not.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. And I don't. And who knows if whoever ran the article, I don't know who it was, got the full truth. The guy said that the Tennessee staff hadn't even reached out to Rock Taylor yet. Like, do we know that to be 100% true? I just can't imagine. I can't. Surely Josh Heupel's been in the business for a while. He's got guys on his staff already that have been in the business for a while. Surely they don't make the call to the high school coach before they call Rock Taylor.
Yeah. And it's a lot different than the Elijah Howard thing. I mean, you had a coaching change, so it's a little different than that. But let's try not to make a habit at turning guys away the day before signing.
Especially guys that want to be. Like Rock Taylor's been committed the whole time. Elijah Howard was, I mean, I think he got offered as like an 8th grader, right? Right. While he wasn't committed the whole time, I think everybody knew that he wanted to be at Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, I agree with you. Definitely don't want to make a habit of it, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's terrible. It's just a bad look the day before signing day.
Yep.
So, okay, staff news, because I think that's it for signing day, right? That was pretty much all that surrounded 2021 National Signing Day. February 3rd will go down as the quietest day in Tennessee football history with something going on.
Kind of nice up to this point.
Especially with everything that's rolling at the moment.
Yeah. So that's kind of all with signing day. I do want to talk about Ty Simpson a little bit. He's supposed to make his decision February 19th. Where's that going to be? I don't know. To be determined. I just think if you do end up landing Ty Simpson, I know that's going to be a tough task with Josh Heupel just coming over. Mm-hmm. But if you do, you're going to turn a lot of heads, and I think just that snowballs your whole in-state recruiting pitch if you go ahead and land Ty Simpson.
Right. I think that's kind of got to be the only sell at this point, right? Because he hasn't seen Josh Heupel's offense in an SEC. The staff's not in place yet. He doesn't know who his coach would be at this point, unless Josh Heupel's feeding him that information. Your sell's got to be right now. Hey, if we get you in now, you're going to turn a lot of people this way. You're going to be the guy that gets this class going. I mean, is there anything else you can sell to him other than the fact that he loves the University of Tennessee? But again, I think he's smart enough to know that, he can be something special.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I lean right now that he maybe goes. It fits that Clemson timeline where they kind of fill their class early, so that's why it just makes sense to me. I could be totally wrong,
right?
But that's why it's making sense. But if you don't, you have 9 months until signing day.
Yeah.
So I don't. Let's throw that out there now. I know Dabo Swinney doesn't like recruits, flirting with other teams and stuff like that. He likes for you to shut it down. But I think with the love that Ty Simpson has for the University of Tennessee, I think he's always going to have that. He's always going to pick up the phone.
Okay, so let me ask you that. You mentioned Dabo's not a fan of the flipping and moving around. Does that – you mentioned that, and I hadn't considered that before. That makes me – my immediate thought is that makes me feel better that it's not Clemson. Does that make you feel better, or are you still thinking Ty Simpson may just be shutting us down? Because I'm with you. It's not. I think if Tennessee gets his commitment on February 19th, that does not make it a done deal. But I also don't think if Tennessee doesn't get his commitment on February 19th, I don't think it's a done deal. So does that make you feel better about it not being Clemson?
Not really.
No. Okay. I mean, that's fair. It's Clemson. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to see if you look at the other two programs he's considering is Tennessee, it's Alabama and Clemson. I mean, look at those two teams right now. Yeah. I mean, are you? I understand the love for Tennessee, I really do, and I'm not trying to, be negative here, but I mean, let's be honest. Let's look at the quarterback development out of those two teams. I will say this though. Ty Simpson's not willing to give Josh Heupel a chance. He'd rather play in the Pruitt offense. That's like, really?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think Tennessee has a better chance now than they did a month ago.
But I'll also say this: if he does go to Clemson or Alabama and he doesn't win the job, you have that one-time transfer. It could. It's not out of the realm of possibility that he couldn't end up back here.
It's not over till it's over. That's what I hear.
Exactly.
Not over till it's over. We did have a question here from Celia. Any news on Dylan Brooks and Cody Brown?
I think they went out of their letter of intent, and I don't know what's holding that up. I don't know if Tennessee's done that by now.
Yeah, don't back down.
But like, does that not make it look worse that we're turning kids away and then we won't let people out of their letter of intent?
Yeah, no, I mean, especially with the transfer, like they're going to show up. Okay, they're here for a month or two, and if they decide they really hate it, they're gone anyways. Just let them out. It saves face with other commitments and recruits and signers. It makes you look like you care about the kids. Just let them out.
Yep.
Live to fight another day. I think if you turn them down, they're going to use that, and guys can walk in, especially when you're struggling. Guys can use that against you in the living room.
Right. Yeah, I just think that's another thing that could end up looking bad on Tennessee if it's not handled correctly.
Right. The Dylan Brooks one would really, really sting, and that's the guy who's already publicly straight up said it. And I'm with you. Cody Brown's tweet had to be about that, but he has not straight up said it, right? He's still just the one tweet. Yeah,
it was just the free me thing.
Okay. So Dylan Brooks would hurt worse for your team. Cody Brown would obviously hurt, but you do have more guys there, more depth than at Dylan Brooks' edge rusher position. So Dylan Brooks one's hurt, but I think you gotta, like you said, you gotta save face, live to fight another day. It sucks, it's tough, but you can't.
Got to get somebody in the transfer portal to. I mean, you have a lot of. You have like what, 5 scholarships right now, something like that.
Yeah, hopefully.
So I mean, you have a lot of spots that you need filled. You probably need another offensive lineman. You definitely need a linebacker. An edge rusher would help, and probably a guy in the secondary.
Yeah. You got a lot of spots to fill.
Yeah. So I mean, it sucks that you lose those type players because I think they're really good players, and they've showed that in their high school career. But what good is it to just make them come to Tennessee when?
No, I agree.
mean they're not going to, so you might as well just let it out anyway.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, don't let guys use that against you in the living room. Could they use the fact that those guys didn't want to go there? But yeah, they weren't recruited by the staff, so it's different. I do too. Oh, what? When does this 25 scholarship limit get changed? And question, what's the loophole to it? Because how does Tennessee possibly get back to 85 guys? Because it would take 4 years at this rate to get to 85 guys.
Oh yeah, it's going to be insane.
So, do guys need to walk on here and then earn a scholarship later? I don't get how you do it.
I mean, surely the rule has changed, but
I mean, even in Tennessee's situation, like you can only go get so many transfers. Like you can't realistically go out and get 30 transfers or whatever, 15 transfers. You're only gonna get 5 or 6 a year, anyways. At the most, that's at the most.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not really showing any improvement, I mean, who's gonna want to come here?
Right. So zero may end up being the answer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a difficult situation, and I don't really know the answer to it. But hopefully we figure it out because this is
it's not fun right now.
Position we're in.
I mean, it's a ton of fun. I'll text you later.
Yeah.
All right, staff.
Before, like, going back to Ty Simpson, if he goes to Clemson, I mean, should Clemson not write a fat ass check to Tennessee for
Butch
all their
Jones
success?
Specifically, I think he snowballed that.
I mean, good.
Or I'll take it if they. I'll take the blame for that if you want to sign the check. I'll take the blame.
Yeah. But I think any quarterback would be successful in this offense. That's kind of showed throughout Heupel's career.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you have some reliable options if you don't land Ty Simpson. Sam Horn grew up a Tennessee fan. I think he'd be somebody that maybe Tennessee reaches out to. Caden Martin, I don't know what the deal with T. Martin is. That looks like it might be a sour deal, so maybe not. Then you have Braden Davis, who is Anton Davis's son up in Delaware. So I think you have some pretty decent options if Tennessee doesn't land Ty Simpson. Right. But man, that would really hurt the in-state recruiting class if you're not able to land him.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And I know Ty Simpson's the talk of the town. He's about to commit, but another big one in that in-state is Down Hayden.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough sell too because
he's got everyone after him.
I mean, Tennessee's running backs just have not really showed out the last couple of years. It doesn't look like an offense that really fits the needs of a running back over the past couple of years. You know, maybe this offense is different.
Which is insane because it also didn't fit the need. Can we call it an offense? It didn't fit the needs of a running back or a quarterback. Those two guys touch it. One guy touches it every single play. The other guy should be touching it a lot too.
I mean, it's definitely an offense that would also have a scoring drought for 12 minutes and 27 seconds.
Longer, actually. I think it was 3 quarters.
Yeah.
One time, 2019 or 2018, we went 3 quarters without scoring.
So
the offense went 3 quarters. I think the defense had a touchdown in that sequence. I think it was 2018. It wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. Everything's blending together. That's 3 years that just got blended together. Staff hires. You mentioned T. Martin deal. Getting a little sour, maybe sour.
Yeah, so...
Dude, Philip Fulmer just puts us in the worst situations, though. Like...
Yeah, that's a terrible...
What does that even... Like, I don't know. If your boss at work just walked up to you and was like, hey, Landon, let's agree to this 25% pay bump. We'll sign you into a 1-year contract. We'll owe you this buyout if we fire you before then. And that dude got fired, and you went to his boss and was like, hey, he promised me that. Like, fired. Not quit, not resign, not fired for a terrible performance. And you went to his boss, who just fired him, and was like, hey, he promised me this deal. You would get laughed out of the room.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, T. Martin could fit good on the staff, but they should not have to honor that contract.
And it's going to be another kind of thing that could really look bad on Tennessee if you're kind of kicking a national championship quarterback to the curb and just saying, no, forget you, we're not holding up that deal. I mean, then you look, I mean, it's just a bad situation for Tennessee, and I don't really know what you do to fix that. I think you're probably going to have to pay him something.
It's a lose-lose for sure. I think T. Martin could be, I think T. Martin is a good recruiter, good coach. Like he knows Tennessee. I would love for T. Martin to stay on the staff. I just think it's really, really dumb that a lot of people expect Josh Heupel to honor a deal that Philip Fulmer made.
Right. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Also, again, I said this last episode. Since when is an AD giving contracts out to assistant coaches?
Yeah, just weird stuff.
I'm really.
I just want to be a fly on the wall during all this and like know exactly what like the thought process of all this.
You don't want to know. It's going to frustrate you because those people make a lot more money than you make.
Martin Nagy, I can't wait for Volume 2.
He's got to be working on like Volume 8 by now, right? I mean, he could probably write a futuristic book with all the mistakes that have been made over and over again in Tennessee. Actually, they seem to make somehow a bigger mistake that's also new. So maybe there's
going to be like a Junie B. Jones series.
Yeah, nice. Good reference. B stands for Beatrice.
It does.
I like that. So any other staff news besides T. Martin? Oh, we just got. This is my question. What is the delay with the DC hire? That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know, dude. It's like it doesn't make any sense. Like, are you, if you're being thorough and doing it, great, I guess. But like, you need somebody, and you have somebody that's in the same building with you that has experience in the SEC. He's a good recruiter, and he's a Tennessee guy. I just don't know why it's such a hard like. If it was going to be Kevin Steele, it would already been Kevin Steele.
Yeah, it's
right?
not going to be Kevin Steele. Yeah, unless
and then Josh, if you do hire Kevin Steele, then you look like a moron for not doing it sooner.
Here's the thing: if it is Kevin Steele, that means it's got to be one thing: Heupel trying to convince Kevin Steele to stay. Because if Heupel wanted Kevin Steele and Kevin Steele wanted to be, it would already be done. Or, which could be a worse scenario, someone in Heupel's ear trying to talk him into hiring Kevin Steele. And why I say that would be worse is because that means Heupel wouldn't want him. Because like you said, he's in your building. It would be a done deal by now if all parties involved wanted it.
Yeah, I just think it should be a no-brainer.
I think so too.
Because I mean, he could probably bring in Rodney Garner, another good recruiter with experience in the SEC. I just don't think Heupel has really anybody that in his stops along the way besides Barry Odom that's a defensive guy.
Right.
So if you go hire some like no-name guy when you had a chance to hire Kevin Steele, yeah, you're going to look dumb.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
I mean, I don't want the entire UCF staff to come. I mean, Josh Heupel said up there in the press conference, I'm not going to recruit anybody from that roster. You're recruiting the whole coaching staff here, so why not get some players?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I don't know what the holdup is with the DC hire. I wish they had made one. I mean, I guess you just weren't going to make a splash on National Signing Day, so there's no rush. I don't know.
I mean, you have one guy that's on your defensive staff, and he doesn't even have an assigned role. Like, I don't even know what Kevin Steele is doing.
I don't think you're alone in that. I think a lot of people are trying to figure out what Kevin Steele's doing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just thought it would be kind of quicker. And none of the offensive guys have been official.
I honestly didn't think it would be Kevin Steele. It just didn't feel like that was going to happen. But I thought the decision would have been made sooner.
Right.
So now I'm second-guessing myself.
Yeah, because, I mean, what's – if it's not going to be Kevin Steele, why is he still on staff?
Yeah. Are we going to give him an extension before we fire him?
I guess so.
Get him
Phil
another.
Fulmer's texting him right now.
Yeah, give him another $1 million. Why not? Just do it. You're handing out those bags. We got to go to McDonald's more often, dude.
I know.
I went to Wendy's tonight. You know this is a large from Wendy's? Look how big that is.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take a medium. I didn't know this is a large.
That's like a large at a movie theater.
That's it's a big gulp. That's what that is.
Big gulp.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, it looks like he has his quarterback coach, his O-line coach, tight end coach, and co-OC. And Alec Golish, Glenn Ellerby is the offensive line coach, and Joey Hazzelli.
I like your pronunciation. I don't know.
I don't know.
I agree. I concur.
But, I mean, other than that, you don't have your full offensive staff either. You know, we've heard Cody Burns, the wide receiver coach at UCF, was at Auburn, and recruited some big-time players. So I think that from a recruiting standpoint, that would be a good pickup. But, you know, you don't even have your full offensive staff, and you can't even hire a defensive coordinator. Time's ticking, man.
Text your friend. Don't do it on here.
Yeah,
we're on Twitter. Don't do it on here. Hey, do you know how our bets did today? I'm sorry, I just got totally sidetracked. I saw a basketball score update, and I was just curious what you.
ETSU won.
Let's freaking buck up, baby.
Buck up. The first one won too.
Yeah, first one won. It was an over, I think. Oh, Virginia Tech was about to lose, and I just did money line.
Yeah, Virginia Tech lost.
I just did money line. Dang, dude, that parlay felt good too. I really thought it might hit. So, hey, Dylan Taylor, shout out. That wasn't a bad parlay. 3 out of 10. I think he had 12 teams. I think I just played 10. 3 out of 10 though. We'll take Vegas one night. He sent that kind of crazy one last night.
Okay. And then they, I saw one so a guy at work, he did one, and he put $5 or $50 to win $350. And
No chance.
Tennessee was the one that lost.
Well, I told you until Tennessee lost, I wasn't going to bet. Well, Tennessee lost, so I bid my first Tennessee bet, and they lost last night. So, yeah. Go Vols.
I put a $50 free bet on there. So
oh, nice.
Love that.
Free money. Give it out. Give it out.
I lost it.
Yeah, give it out. That's what I'm saying. Give it away.
Yeah.
Just hand it out.
Wasn't my money.
Got
So,
that bag like Niedermeyer.
Yep.
Handing them out. let's talk about basketball since we are now have jumped to this depressing topic. That was an ugly game by all that were involved.
Ooh, hold up. I got some questions before we
Okay.
move on to basketball. Sorry.
No, you're fine. That's
I
good.
just remembered these.
I'll try not to be negative here. So that's good.
So Christopher Nichols asked, do you think if the NCAA hadn't come out with a one-time transfer with no penalty for the 2020-2021 season, do you think we would have seen the mass exodus, or is this just par for the course?
I got to think that there would be a lot of guys not transferring if it wasn't one time. I think Tennessee got reamed out by that one-time transfer rule. There's rumors going around, and again, I could be way wrong about this. There's rumors going around that Toto, Eric Gray, Wanya Morris, guys like that were encouraged to transfer to like save face, save eligibility, save Tennessee. They wouldn't be eligible at another school if they weren't going to be eligible at Tennessee. So that's just, I don't think that's true. I don't think guys like Henry Toto and Eric Gray would transfer to sit out a year because they're probably both going to the NFL draft next year.
Yeah.
So if if the transfer portal, if it wasn't one time, I think they're here.
Yeah, you probably see some guys head out. Like Todd Chandler was going to be a grad transfer, so he's probably going to leave anyway.
Right.
So you probably still have some guys leave, but yeah, it wouldn't be the max exodus like we saw this season, and it's just unfortunate.
Right.
Because you have all this COVID year, screwed us, whatever. Just did not have a good season. Then you do a coaching search. It's just terrible timing. All of it just sucks.
No, absolutely.
And then we have some more. Drunk bearded Vol fan in Georgia says, "Who y'all rooting for on Sunday?" Yeah. He says, "Who y'all rooting for on Sunday?" I'm a Falcons fan, so go Chiefs. Bird to the Bucks.
I'll be honest. I know this sound, if you've known me, Phil, if you've known me, know that I'm a big Peyton Manning fan, and I honestly just like to say that he's the GOAT just to piss off Tom Brady fans. I'm kind of rooting for Tom Brady. I am. And I don't know if it was Chad. Maybe it was a good play by Chad getting me into that argument the other night. But, like, Tom Brady's the GOAT. And I already think he's the GOAT. But if he wins on Sunday, he solidifies that, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's probably already solidified it. But, yeah, that would just make his case even better.
I will say this. I think Kansas City wins. Kansas City wins.
Yeah, I think they have a better team. And I don't know which storyline to really think. Because like, I could see Tom Brady just being destined to win another one. I could see that storyline, and I kind of want to bet on it.
Yeah. I like Bruce Arians, and I like Mike Evans. So and there's like more there to kind of root for the Bucks too for me. So,
but also I could see like maybe this is Tom Brady passing the torch to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that too. And another thing, people were talking about. It was a topic today or yesterday, I can't remember. Going around on Twitter a little bit about how like the NBA has gotten really, really boring. Like the NBA finals are usually like one of the more fun sporting events, but you know who's always going to be in it now. It's like the Warriors or LeBron. Like that's kind of the team. So it's been kind of boring lately. I really don't want it to be that way with the Chiefs. I know they're already like in the Super Bowl, but they've gone AFC Championship, Super Bowl winners, and now they're back in the Super Bowl. So I would really like to see Tampa upset them just to at least like keep. I know that means they played in the AFC Championship 3 years in a row now. But I feel like if they win the Super Bowl 2 years in a row, like that just snowballs them, right, into more success, probably. And losing probably doesn't hurt them that much, but at least it maybe keeps some freshness in it. Mm-hmm. But is Tom Brady winning it do the same thing? Probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what storyline to. I think the Chiefs have a better team. But, man, I just want to bet. It's a better payout if Tom Brady wins. So I'm probably going to bet on the Bucs.
You know what really pisses me off? That Tampa Bay didn't get to shoot off the cannons.
The cannons?
Yeah. Have you not heard about this?
Uh-uh.
So it's a home game, obviously, right? It's in Tampa Bay. I will go on record as saying the pirate ship in the stadium is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. but they shoot off cannons when they score a touchdown. The NFL told them they're not allowed to do that because it is a home field advantage. Don't allow NFL stadiums to host the Super Bowl if you won't give out home field advantage.
Cannons, Jackie.
But how? I think this is the first time in modern history that an NFL team has hosted the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I think so. So that's another storyline.
That is another storyline.
It's all set up for Tom Brady to
I
win.
want cannons, dude. How awesome would that be if it was like a thing that like Tampa Bay scores a first touchdown and there's some like rogue like game day personnel that just shoots it off, and like the NFL has to go and shut it down. That would be awesome.
Why are they worried about the cannons? Because they don't want it. They want it to make it neutral as possible.
Yeah,
or
exactly. The big pirate ship doesn't throw it towards the Bucks, but
yeah. Or that like the whole stadium has Bucks on it.
Yeah, correct.
I don't understand that, because like all the fans have masks, so they're protected from the cannons. So.
Another thing I will go on record as saying is I think cannons at football games are stupid. Especially teams that like, at least the Buccaneers do like have a reason to shoot off cannons, but like the random teams who just have cannons just to shoot them off. Like, I don't get that.
Like Carson Newman.
I didn't know that was a thing, but yeah, like Carson Newman, great example. I think that's stupid when there's not at least some kind of purpose. But again, I'm rooting for the cannons because I root for chaos, and I would love, you know how like Roger Goodell sent out like Secret Service pretty much to like go arrest Dave Portnoy. I want the image of like all those suit guys going and trying to find the game day personnel guy who shot the cannon off. Yeah, I would love that image. I picture it. It's great. It's way better than the Weekend at halftime.
Can you bet on like if a cannon goes off?
We can. Yeah, maybe we can make our own sports book and we put that on.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
I like that. The odds got to be pretty high, right? Like you could probably get that at like plus 500.
Yeah, probably.
Perfect.
Well, good to throw a couple dollars on, see what happens.
Exactly. Might as well. Can't play if you don't. You can't win if you don't play.
And then Drunk Beer Duvall fan in Georgia also asked what happened to T. Martin. Again, I think Fulmer on his way out was just like, hey, we're promising you a deal because I don't know what happened.
Kevin Steele got a contract. T. Martin got a contract. We all get a contract.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what happened.
You played for me, you get a contract.
Jeremy Pruitt, you haven't done shit. Here's you an extension.
Extension. God, dude, it's stupid.
Yeah, but it was something like that. So I think they're working through it. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see for sure.
Then Big Orange Hypel says, "What's defensive staff looking like?"
We should put odds on that too, because I think
it looks like darkness. It looks like more important issues after dark. There is no defensive staff. There's Kevin Steele, but he doesn't have a role, so I don't really know what he's doing. So
good question. It's a great
to be determined. To be determined. Then we have Cole at It's Cole World 7 says, I know we've missed out on Dylan Brooks and Cody Brown, but how do we stand with Cayman Marley, Julian Nixon, Katron Evans, Gooch, Rucker, etc.? Haven't heard anything about really anyone. Very underwhelming signing day. Yep, underwhelming. Yeah, uneventful. Yep. Those other guys, they've not tweeted out that they're unhappy or they want out. So there's that. There's some guys like Katron Evans, Julian Nixon, who've kind of been behind Josh Heupel and kind of just accepted that, hey, we're here.
Well, some of those guys are offensive guys that they see what they can, obviously they're going to like that offense more than the one they committed to.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, like Julian Nixon, Jameer and Gooch will probably be fine. We'll save that for next week. We'll talk about the 2021 class and maybe who we think will be some get some playing time. Switch things up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we might not have a defensive staff by then either. So
very good point.
Kill some time.
Yeah.
Basketball.
All right. Get your iMessage ready. Send some messages out to our friends. You will never win a basketball game going 12 minutes without a basket. And you almost did last night. And I'm glad you didn't because you just don't deserve it. I shouldn't say glad. I would rather Tennessee win. But you can't go 12 minutes. I mean, you don't deserve it.
Oh, I was just texting you. Sorry.
No,
if
you're good.
Like freaking out.
Well, I was like, you're good. Oh, you were texting me like, okay.
Yeah, like the buddy thing.
I thought something happened. I was like, what's going on? I saw that. I was like, do I keep going? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, good one. You can't send that to me. God. Okay, we're fine,
Yeah,
guys.
I
No
realized
big
as soon as I
deal.
seen it, I was like, yeah, maybe I should put him at ease.
No, that was funny. That was funny. Yeah, you got me. Good one. Good one, guy. Okay. You can ignore my text now. Yeah, you don't deserve to win. It's that simple.
Yeah, this team just doesn't have that, refuse to lose mentality. They just don't have it.
No.
And I think that's in part to they just don't have an alpha on this team. They don't have somebody that can go get their own basket, go to the rim. We saw that with Keon Johnson last night, but it took for us to be losing in the game for somebody to actually go to the rim.
Who do you think it has to be? Because I agree with you. So who do you think it has to be?
I think it has to be one of the two freshmen.
Do you think?
I think they're the only one capable of creating their own shot.
Yeah, so let me ask you this, because I think the reason I lean to freshmen too is because they're guards, so it's easier for them to get the ball, put it on the floor, and go to the rim. Mm-hmm. But you got two guys inside that should be able to impose their will on just about anybody. If they're overmatched in size, they're quick enough to make a move and go score, and if they're overmatched in speed, they're big enough to jump and go over somebody and score. So with Fulkerson and Pons, why can they not be that alpha?
I mean, we've seen as much scoring from Pons that we've seen from anybody else. So, I think a lot of the blame is on John Fulkerson. He just hasn't been – he just disappears.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But down that stretch where we can't get a basket, yes, Pons, 13 points. Was it 17 against Kansas? Like, he's been scoring the ball well. But, I mean, you need – it's not necessarily about points. It's about timing. Can he get the ball when we're failing to find ways to score and go score? I feel like he's got to be one of those guys.
Yeah, he just hasn't been for whatever reason.
I think it is. I think everyone looks to Fulkerson, and that's why when he's bad, Tennessee's bad.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he just disappears. There's times where he's in the game and he doesn't impact it at all.
He's not shooting enough, in my opinion. And a lot of times I call him a black hole. But five shots from a senior who's an all-SEC guy, that's not enough.
You want to hear something bad?
Not really, but go.
We were 8 for 19 from 3. We were
Yikes.
8.
At least you made 8 of them.
8 for 26 from 2.
Cool.
I mean, why is that so much harder to shoot a 2-point? It could be a layup, and it's harder than shooting a 3.
Well, we've got guys missing the ball at the rim. Victor Bailey Jr., Josiah Jordan-James, who's one of your better players.
Yeah, Keon just couldn't finish last night either.
And Keon and Jaden Springer are going to miss a lot of at the rim shots, but because they're going up against pressure. Like they're trying to go and make something happen. So I think they're going to miss a lot of those around the rim easy shots. They're contested. They're at least trying to make something happen. So I'll give them that. A lot of theirs are not like wide open layups that they're missing. Now Jaden Springer was 1 of 7, 1 of 8 last night. That's not good.
Yeah. I just think they lack a true point guard that can get to the rim. A guy like, Devontae Shuler last night. If Tennessee had Devontae Shuler, I think they are a national championship contender. Sharif Cooper, a guy like that. A guy that can just when things go bad, hey, we have this guy that's going to go find his own. Right.
I will tell you this. I knew immediately last night that Tennessee was going to lose the moment they mentioned Romello White being committed to Tennessee and then going. I think he went to Arizona State and then Ole Miss. I was like, well, we're lost. He's going to have a career day. He did. Mm-hmm. And Tennessee's going to lose. Anytime Tennessee, like something like that happens to Tennessee, you can guarantee it's going to backfire on him.
Yep. And I don't know why we kept putting Fulkerson on him. I mean, he was getting abused. Why not put Pons like a bigger, strength-wise?
You at least have the chance to block a shot.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand a lot of what we're trying to do. And we look scared. When they went zone and started trapping us at half court, we looked scared to death. like we were like passing it back and forth to. We didn't want to be the guy that actually took it and got trapped.
Right.
And we had somebody we'd get it out, and then we would refuse to just pass it. We'd just pass it back and forth, and you're not doing anything. And Romello White would be up; he'd be one of the guys trapping because he's a taller guy. Well, John Fulkerson is in the paint, and there's a guard on him. Yeah. But we never once got him the ball.
We struggled breaking the zone. Struggled mightily. I want to ask you this, too, because Rick Barnes got some heat for the random timeout before Keon's second free throw. You foul immediately on that inbounds, right?
Yeah, that's what I think.
With 30 8 seconds left? Like, just outside the shot clock, but not enough time for, if they score, for you to do anything. And was it a walk? Yeah, I mean, probably. What the refs were calling that night, it was 100% a walk. But I just think you got to foul, take your chance at the line, and if they go up 4, what's the difference in them being up 4 and up 2 at that point? Yeah. I would rather be them up 4 with 36 seconds left than down 2 with 4 seconds left.
Yep. But the fact is, you should have beat that team by 25 points.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. I agree with that. I mean, terrible. It was a bad performance. Tennessee almost won, and I would have obviously enjoyed that, but the team didn't deserve it. And the thing is with this team, could they come out Saturday and beat Kentucky handily? Yeah, but it's so frustrating. You can't lose those games. You can't. And you lose, you drop that one to Florida. It was ugly, but man, you're like, I hope they learn from it. It just doesn't look like they've learned anything from it.
Yeah, I mean, the offense is just not there. It just lacks so much. I mean, they outscored us 30-10 in the paint.
And the defensive rebounding is terrible. They had 10 offensive rebounds.
Yep, it's bad. And we had 4 guards: Victor Bailey Jr., Josiah Jordan James, Jaden Springer, and Santiago Vescovi all go combined 0 for 9 in the second half. 0 for 9.
Yeah, you're not going to win a lot of
ball. James had 3 threes in the first 10 minutes and missed every single shot after that. He was 3 for 4. I think he ended 3 for 9.
Yeah, you're not going to win a lot of ball games. That's not a formula for winning at all. It's very sad. It's very sad.
I mean, that team hit 3 threes.
Yeah. No, it's not like Ole Miss played great. Now, Schuler, who I mentioned on the show on Sunday, is an annoying basketball player to watch, but he's good. I mean, he at least went to the hole. So frustrating.
Yeah, and you just Dane Bradshaw definitely jinxed us when he said we're up 11. He's like, oh, Ole Miss is in trouble. Oh, here we go.
Thanks, Dane.
Yeah.
We'll blame Dane. I will take the blame.
Yeah. There you go.
We'll blame him.
Somebody else. Yeah, it was just a bad performance, and
Chris Ramon. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think we make the tournament. But I don't.
Surely.
Like, how far does this team go? I mean, they could make a Sweet 16, but they could also lose in the first round.
Chris posted this. I do now remember him asking that. He said, that's why I posed the question on Sunday night. The question was somewhere along the lines of, is this Tennessee team the team that played against Kansas, or the team, I don't remember what game you referred to, but, those losses to Missouri, Florida and
Alabama.
Is it those teams? And we both were kind of like, we think they've got Kansas in them, but they've got to go out and do it. They looked worse than, as bad as they ever have on Tuesday night. So it's a great question to ask, Chris, because
it's not even inconsistency like game to game. It's that, but it's also we played pretty well in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just you let them back in. They had a step back 2-pointer to end the half, to only be up by 5 at the half. And then we get up 11, and you're thinking, okay, we're just going to pour it on at this point. And then you let them back in it because you're scared to death of a zone defense.
Yep. So, you're right. I agree with you. This team could be all the way from a one-loss tournament team to, a pretty decent run. It's going to take a lot to make that decent run, but the talent is there. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to figure out when things are going bad, who's the guy that's going to go get you a bucket.
Yep.
And I don't know who that is, but they need to figure out who it is because I feel like last year it was John Fulkerson.
Yeah. Yep.
But this year it's not for whatever reason, whatever's going on with him. He kind of answered the call against Kansas, and then he had that last night. He didn't have a bad game, but he didn't just like do really anything to really help you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So.
I 100% agree. I just feel like I think he's got to be the guy. It's almost like he's not your most valuable player, but man, he is what I said this on Sunday. He is what makes the engine crank. Like, I don't know. It's just like he's what's got to get it going. Once it starts, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that a guy like that's, I guess kind of your most valuable player, but at the same, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but yeah, I think Fulkerson's got to be that guy. I think he does.
Yep. I think we didn't really show any intensity until we were down, and then Keon and Jaden, kept at least trying to do something.
They're scrappers, at least. They're scrappers.
Yeah. They went and got offensive rebounds. They went to the basket. They didn't finish every time. They missed some free throws. But, I mean, good Lord, somebody else take the reins. You shouldn't be relying on freshmen to do that for you.
Yeah. At least they scrapped. I like that. At least they scrapped.
Yep.
Yeah, Chris, we do need to get you on the show sometime, man. Chris is always here. Chris from Georgia. Or Milo.
Yeah, he's our guy.
Yeah, love Chris. Tennessee versus Kentucky. Saturday night, 8 p.m. As of now, it's on. Did Kentucky play tonight? They did. They lost Missouri by 5. Yep.
And Florida got beat by South Carolina.
Yeah, yes, and Alabama handed it to LSU.
I got that one right. But it was a parlay. I lost it because Florida got destroyed.
Yeah, they handed it to them. Hopefully Tennessee gets the win on Saturday versus Kentucky. That's a home game. Yes, it is. I'm having trouble keeping up with home games and away games this year with not even thinking about going to them.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it makes it much more difficult. But yeah, that is a home game Saturday. Last year we played Kentucky at noon. Why do we get them at 8 o'clock now? That's stupid.
Who knows? Is it on what?
It's ESPN, I believe.
It's on ESPN.
Yeah.
Okay. That's that Saturday night Sonic blockbuster.
It's gonna be a long weekend. Are you ready?
It is gonna be a long weekend.
Friday. Friday's not Landon's birthday. It's Saturday. Saturday.
I'm gonna let you do
Sunday.
it.
I know it's the 7th. I just got to figure out which day is the 7th. Is the challenging part now. Sunday is Landon's birthday. Is that correct? Yep, Sunday. But we're celebrating Friday. I'm going to propose this. I'll send it in the group later. We haven't tailgated in so long, and we're going to tailgate an ETSU game this year, and I need to text you guys in a group and propose that ETSU game. I've got a date in mind.
Okay.
Be a good day. I'll send that to you guys. You guys can join too if y'all want to buck up with us.
Yeah, because they're doing the spring, right?
They're doing the spring. Yep.
Okay.
And we should be able to gamble on it too, which makes it even better. Yeah, like that. So yeah, y'all can join us if you're ready to buck up. But I need to propose I propose Saturday we get the Super Bowl festivities started just a hair early, an hour earlier than we normally do, and tailgate. Because we didn't really tailgate this year since we were remote the whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think we need to, because I think we need to work back, ease our way back into tailgating form.
Okay. Do a little live show for the Bucks.
Oh yeah, buck up, dude. Yeah.
Put on for Johnson City, baby.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
Exactly. Okay. Super Bowl. We kind of already talked about it, but I guess we can jump back into it.
Yeah, and I forgot we were kind of doing a show before.
Well,
but
it's okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, and I do want to talk about our guys over at the baseball facility.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get to some of those guys. So Tennessee had 4 guys get preseason All-American honors. You had infielder Max Ferguson was named first team preseason All-American by D1 Baseball, Baseball America, and Perfect Game. Jackson Leith, right-handed pitcher, was named second team All-American or preseason All-American by Baseball America. You have catcher Connor Pavoloni was named second team preseason All-American by D1 Baseball. And then infielder Jake Rucker was named third team preseason All-American by Baseball America. So 4 guys. Love it.
Yeah. And was I wrong? They did get named to another top 25 yesterday, correct?
Yeah, 17, 19, something
like that.
around there. Yeah.
Is it? But that's like their third.
Was.
It's like their third one, correct?
Yeah, I mean they're a legit ranked team, and I think Tennessee's gonna have a really good team. So does everybody in the SEC. So it's gonna be tough, but
it makes it more fun for Tennessee, though.
Yeah, I think you have a really good team to compete in the SEC, and then make some noise come the NCAA tournament. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And February 19th, Georgia Southern is Tennessee's first pitch for the season. So we talked about it a little bit with Mike Wilson on Sunday. Talked about the pitching. So does Tennessee have the pitching to go full weekend with some of these SEC teams?
I think that's to be determined. You're going to have a lot of guys in different positions, and obviously you didn't get to see some of those guys last year compete against SEC opponents. But guys like Sean Hunley, he's been around for a while. Jackson Leaf was a JUCO transfer last year who had a really good season until it was canceled. Yeah, that it's to be determined. You have some new guys, Jackson Rackers, who had Tommy John surgery last year, so he didn't compete. I think he's like a 6'7" guy. He's like a really tall pitcher. So you have that. You have Blade Tidwell, who's one of the best freshmen Tennessee has ever had on campus. He's supposed to be really good, and we'll see if he can kind of crack that lineup. Maybe not first of the season, but maybe later on he can kind of crack that lineup. I think you'll see him a lot if they do some midweek games. I think Mike Wilson mentioned Elijah Pleasance. You have some guys that have pitched, but not really been a weekend starter or anything like that, have that kind of experience. But I think Frank Anderson will have them ready to go.
Let's get it. Let's get
it.
And they've got the bats to do it. I don't think that's in question. It's really just can you find a pitching staff that can go a full weekend with some of these SEC teams? I think that's really just the biggest question. Hopefully that's the biggest question going into the season.
Yeah, I think you have ooh, somebody's calling me. You have guys that's capable of hitting it out. I know you lost guys like Al Solari and Zach Daniels, but I think there's plenty of power on this team to compete with SEC teams. Just got to do it.
Let's get it. I'm excited. I'm pumped for fall baseball.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And basketball isn't giving us what we need, so we're already moving on. We're moving on.
I've got my soccer. Oh, they've got spring soccer this year.
Okay.
Yeah, the Lady Vols are playing this spring. I'm really not sure what their schedule looks like. I do know they played North Carolina in March, which is obviously a highly rated team in the ACC and the country. But I don't know what that whole schedule looks like. But yeah, a lot of spring stuff going on in the East Tennessee area. So I think UTC will be playing their football season in the spring as well. Because I think they're so con.
Plenty of opportunities to get your Tennessee fix
absolutely.
this spring.
Absolutely. All right, Super Bowl. I guess we can save this now for Sunday since we already talked about it a little bit. But I'll get your lap so people can get their bets in. What are you really what are you either feeling or what have you placed a bet on already?
I'm doing my $100 free bet on Tampa Bay money line.
I like it.
Plus,
what is that?
Plus 145.
Okay. There you go. You wouldn't do. How much money would you put on it if it wasn't a free bet? Let me ask you that.
$5.
$5. Okay, that's still pretty confident. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it's just money. They'll print more.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right. Do we have any more questions, or do you have more Super Bowl? Sorry.
No, I don't have any more questions. I don't know what this game like. If you're telling me before Tampa played Green Bay, I would have been like, oh yeah, Green Bay, Chiefs. I think Chiefs win. But now that Tampa Bay knocked off Green Bay, there's always that like, damn it, Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady,
like,
man.
Why?
It's Tom Brady.
I mean, he's just one of those guys like it's hard to bet against.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. I kind of thought Green Bay would win that NFC Championship. Kind of rooting for it, but yeah. No, I'm not willing to bet against Tom Brady. I'll say that.
We'll see. I think it's going to be a good game, so that's exciting.
What color do you think the Gatorade will be? They dump on the winning coach.
I'm going to go red.
Okay, close to mine. I was going to say orange. I feel like orange has been a favorite over the past few years.
I was going to say like a throw it in your face New England red.
Oh, Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What was dumped on Belichick last? That's what it'll be. Or do they go like the famous Idaho potato route and just do like French fries?
Oh, that'd be cool.
They play the Outback.
Or little cannonballs.
Yeah, I like that idea. They play the Outback Bowl there. They could just do like a bunch of bloomin' onions.
That'd be cool.
What's the other coconut shrimp? Dude, I hope Tennessee, if they ever play in the Outback Bowl again, we don't have to cheer for the coconut shrimp side. You know, like one team wins, you get coconut shrimp free the next day, and one team wins, you get the bloomin' onion free the next day.
Wait, you'd rather have the bloomin' onion than coconut shrimp?
If you're in this right now on Twitter, coconut shrimp or bloomin' onion, easy choice, bloomin' onion.
Dude, I love shrimp.
Let me know real quick. Rate it right now, quick.
I freaking love shrimp.
But versus the bloomin' onion?
I mean, the bloomin' onion, it is what it is. It's
that could be said about the coconut shrimp.
but coconut shrimp is good. Like, it's good anywhere. A bloomin' onion is like, if I don't know.
Cocktails.
I'm gonna go. I would rather eat coconut shrimp. Yeah, because the bloomin' onion's a kind of one-time thing, and it's kind of just a thing for Outback Steakhouse.
But that's where you got to get it at. You're going to Outback.
Right. So when you think of like the Outback Bowl, you want the bloomin' onion. But
100%.
I'm thinking like, which one I'd rather have for dinner? Yeah, I'd probably rather have the coconut shrimp.
That's a bad take. I'm sorry. That is a bad take. Cocktail sauce or whatever the hell sauce you eat with the bloomin' onion? That's the question I think you got to ask. Bloomin' onion sauce. Easy.
Yeah, I'd rather have the bloomin' onion sauce. I'm not a big fan of cocktail sauce.
I know you're not. That's my point. That's why I put it out there. I knew you didn't like cocktail
So
sauce.
can I have my cake and eat it too? Is what I'm asking.
All right, Jumbo. Do we have a Jumbotron? Do we just jump to stupidity? Someone said coconut shrimp. You people are insane.
Thank you. Who was it?
Celia, S-E-L. I don't know. I'm not even telling you the name. That's insane. That's a lie. You just like Landon more than me, and I can respect that, but I don't respect liars.
I like you cut, G.
Do you have let's jump to stupidity. Like
Okay.
people liking coconut shrimp, let's jump to stupidity.
Okay.
Okay?
I got one. I'm ready to go.
I hope I'm not stealing yours, but mine is my man, Morgan Wallen. And I've been trying to think of a good tweet all day. So let me see if you can prepare the tweet for me. Morgan Wallen's we didn't know that Morgan Wallen's up down was actually about his career.
Oh.
Yeah. I got to think of a good way to phrase it, but I think that's a good one. Because I've seen a lot of
I think you should just leave it like that. That's
Okay.
hilarious. Yeah, the way I talk,
that
that's
was
been
good.
out there.
That was a good one. I did do just. Okay, so this is the best part. Shout out to John Reed because he tweeted it. He was on the cover of Nashville magazine recently, and he has a quote in the article that says, or the title of the article is Morgan Wallen on why fame can be dangerous. Dude, you've been caught like in college dorm rooms now. You've been caught like getting a fight or whatever with the bouncer at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've been caught doing everything because of camera phones. How have you not learned yet?
Yeah, I mean, that man needs to stop drinking whiskey because all of his songs are about drinking whiskey. I mean, it's about time to put the bottle away.
Well, and apparently that
Put
picture.
a little dust on the bottom.
Yeah,
of it.
apparently that picture that Chad sent to us in our group message was like tweeted out, so it was real. Like apparently one of his friends tweeted that out. That was
Yeah,
disgusting.
why was his throw up brown? It looked like shit.
I think people who are constipated, shit can come out of their mouth, so maybe that's what happened.
Is that real?
I think so. Someone confirm that for me.
That's a real thing. If you're constipated, it can come out of your mouth.
Yeah,
Oh my
I think so. I think so. Was that your stupidity though? Was it him?
No, I mean, yes, that is stupid, but that's not the one I had in mind. No.
That's consumed my day because it's like the tweets. The tweets have been fantastic.
What about his like album being called Dangerous?
I didn't know that. Well, I was talking to Emily about it today. I was like, what's insane about like this dude is he is like probably one more really, really good album away, maybe two more really, really good albums away from doing arenas.
Oh yeah,
Like he's already opening for arenas right now.
I mean, yeah, he was probably doing this last tour with Luke, the dude who sounds like Kermit the Frog.
I don't know who that is.
God, he's on not the American Idol.
Luke. Oh my God. Not Luke. Blake.
No.
Oh, that's not American Idol. That's The Voice. Blake Shelton's The Voice.
Yeah, Blake Shelton's the voice.
I don't know. But I'm not gonna like
Luke Bryan. There you go.
That seemed too simple. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't get it, but yeah, he's opening for him right now. I feel like as soon as that tour's over, yeah, he was probably on his way to doing his own.
I feel bad for him. Not that I hope I never get caught saying that word because I'm not gonna say it, but I feel bad that you're just like getting videotaped in random places, and so your mistakes are being highlighted. But at the same time, you've made a ton of mistakes recently.
And you said it twice.
Oh, did he?
It wasn't just once.
Oh, it wasn't like yeah. I mean, it didn't slip. I know that, but I guess I didn't watch the full video. It's not a good look. I'm just saying it's tough when your entire life's videotaped. I would never say that. Let's get past that. But it's tough when your entire life video's taped. He's still pretty young. But what really sucks, and it's just part of life, is you are gonna have to pay the consequences of your actions.
And now he's the guy that when you do something like that, like it's expected.
Right.
Like I'm gonna be like, oh, like people are already kind of like, yeah, I probably saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a popular tweet today. It's like you expected a guy that sang this song to. It's gonna cost him millions of dollars, and that certainly sucks. But that's why you earned the Butch Jones Stupidity is an Epidemic award.
Hey, you signed up for that life.
I feel like he would have Butch Jones in like the name of one of his songs.
Ugh.
Should we send him that helmet?
Yeah, we could.
Like Morgan? Love your mullet?
Mo Wallen, here you go.
Perfect. All right, your stupidity. What you got?
Don't be a Darren. Don't be a Darren.
Do you have a specific Darren?
Darren Ravel.
Yes.
I mean, dude, he's just anytime like somebody has something good to say, he's always like, "Oh, you can't do that." I mean, shut up.
Is that your? That was awesome. That's how I imagine a guy that runs like. I've never heard Darren Ravel talk. That's how I imagine he talks from seeing him run.
Yeah. Like something's like up his butt. Yeah.
I just love. Did you see what he tweeted at Big Cat? He was like, "I hate to say it, but Big Cat's the reason NCAA's back." Why do you hate to say that?
Yeah, I
such a nerd.
Tweeted at Big Cat and said thank you for your service because
for real,
it is because of them.
Yeah.
But Darren Ravel, like it was said that EA Sports are going to do college football, and he was like, "Pump the brakes" in all caps. Okay, Brady Hope, chill. He says whether the EA game is any good will depend on the name, image, and likeness progress. First of all, you have guys that's all they do is program and get those rosters exactly right.
Those are the cool kind of nerds.
Download them, and it's it.
Those are the cool kind of nerds.
Oh, yeah.
The uncool kind of nerds are Darren Ravel. Nerd.
Yeah. Nerd. So, yeah, he said, as noted by somebody, EA's plan right now is to not use anyone resembling college rosters.
That's fine. We've been begging for that since 2014.
We don't give a rat's ass.
We've been like, just
somebody's going to make it anyway.
We've been like, just produce the game. We'll do the rest.
Yeah.
Someone else do the rest.
I mean, that's less work that y'all have to do.
Exactly.
Somebody else will do it for free.
Exactly. Do it.
Yeah, don't be a Darren. He's just, oh my.
He's
sad.
I also raised the point.
I thought I was sad. That man is so sad all the time.
Dude,
he just can't have a good time.
Yeah, he's a Northwestern fan, so Tennessee fan, you get it. And then he collects like old checks from like 1943. That's like his hobby. I mean, that just sounds like a miserable life. Like you just, oh well, that's not fun. Also, what was I about to say about Darren Ravel? There's one more thing I have, but I forgot it now. You get it. You got any more stupidities?
I also have one more. So, Pro Football Focus draft tweeted out the top 5 videos from the Senior Bowl, like during practice and stuff. And they didn't get any of Josh Palmer breaking a dude's ankles on a route and catching the ball. They didn't get that. But they got Kadarius Toney at number 2, dusting a DB. He dusts him. He breaks him. But then they throw him the ball, and he drops it with no one around him. That's number 2? It's like it didn't even happen. You didn't get any yards out of it.
Well, these are the guys that, are really high on Jarrett Garantano's third down percentage when the wind is blowing due northeast 3 degrees, and Tennessee's down by 17. He's got the best percentage in the league at that point. So
yeah, I mean it's a fact. I'll give him that. He does.
I should have said
the best
third down
percentage.
because there's no way his percentage is good on third down ever in any situation.
Yeah, it's third down. That's just like when coaches have like never mind. I lost what I was saying. I was gonna say like Tennessee uses that as like, oh well, we don't really have to get the punt team ready because they're gonna convert this third down.
Yeah, that's do you know yeah, no, for sure.
It's third down. God, Josh Heupel, if you're not going to hire a defensive coach, do something about that. Let's get something started here.
Yeah, something.
Let's get some excitement back to this fan base.
I would say let's try to make one, but third down for what is an original to Tennessee thing. Tennessee started it. Little John can suck it. We're doing it. Bring it back. Third down for what should come back. And I'm a known third down for what hater, and I think it should come back.
Yeah, everybody's like, the song's old. Enter Sandman is old.
Turn down for what was like 8 years old when it started.
Yeah, who cares?
Not a big third down for what guy, but I think it should be brought back for sure.
Yeah, if we're already pumping noise into the stadium, let's pump some noise into this fan base by doing something like that.
I like that.
That'd be fun. That'd get me excited. Get me excited. That's all I'm asking. If you're not going to make a good defensive coordinator hire, hey, at least do something exciting.
Dude, here's the things. I'm a big control what you can control guy. Here's some things you can control, Josh Heupel. They're your decisions. Third down for what? Smoky gray jerseys and helmets and white cleats. Control what you can control. Make it happen.
The ball's in your court.
You can't control whether you win or lose always. Sometimes you can have some say in it. Control what you can control. Win where you can win. Make it happen.
Yep. Do things the right way.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you're gonna lose football games, at least win them with fans are filling the stadium and they're excited before the game.
Bingo.
At least you made your money's worth.
Right. Guys, appreciate y'all listening. We will be back Sunday. It's gonna be a long weekend, so maybe little not to whisper, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun weekend. Tennessee is gonna beat Kentucky. Positivity, speak it into existence. We've got the Super Bowl on Sunday. Friday night we're celebrating.
Ooh,
Friday.
You said it.
Sorry.
You said it a couple times already.
Yeah, I definitely have. I'm gonna owe NFL Roger Goodell a lot of money because I respect the Shield. Sunday is actually Landon's birthday, so we get to celebrate it twice, which is the best.
Twice.
It's his birthday week.
Yeah, Raven's always like, "Oh, it's your birthday this week." I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, you get a birthday week?
I mean, she's just like excited that it's she's more excited than I am. I'm just happy I get to hang out with my friends, and they have to come to my house because it's my birthday, so they can't say no.
I like that. Did we get cake at least?
Oh yeah, we'll get cake, strawberry cake.
Oh, strawberry. Okay, ice cream.
Man, we can get some ice cream.
Oh no, I didn't know if it was strawberry ice cream cake. I didn't know.
No, it's just a strawberry cake.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have probably a cookie cake, probably too.
Oh, nice. Double up on that. I like that. I'll be there. I wasn't gonna come until you said strawberry cake. Now I'll be there.
It's from Publix, so.
Oh, nice. I've never had a cake. Well, I've never knowingly had a cake from Publix.
Well, Raven was like, what kind of cake do you want? I was like, strawberry. And she was just like, for Publix? I was like, yeah, I guess. I don't know where you get the cake, just wherever. I just wanted strawberry.
I didn't say a brand, but sure.
Yeah.
Guys, appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate wherever you're listening from. We'll be back on Sunday. Come hang out again. It's going to be a different time. I'll make Landon tweet that out. We'll figure out a time. Try to do it tonight and let you guys know before Sunday, because we always appreciate y'all coming here and chatting, having fun with us. Go Vols. See you back here on Sunday.
Go Vols. Hopefully I'm wearing the victory cap on Sunday. That'd be nice. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.